everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Alan Wake Remastered. My name is RaisinBran. Whoopity doopity. So, last episode we started things off in a nursing home and everything. There. Darkness prevailed. We left. And then we got clues to go to the Andersen house. Because there's apparently some stuff there that needs to be told and everything of that such. So I want to know all the lovely, lovely secrets that are within there. Because we just fought a bunch of Taken by a rock and roll, stage setting. So that was fun. Until they killed me. I just got annoyed. That was all that. So anyway, before we get started with this episode, we've got a shit ton of manuscripts that we need to read for this episode. Starting with this first one. So let's take a look at it.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words.
Interesting.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. "Hey, Hartman, where's Al?" Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder. Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning, even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Andersen brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach. Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between. I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate. For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
It sure did. It sure did.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver. Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
No, it was not, was it?
Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up in the depths of the lake. Now, it was coming for him. Hartman had naturally prepared for a situation like this. The idiot brothers would keep Wake distracted while Hartman double-checked everything, just to be sure. Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction, Wake was easily the most promising subject he'd had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted
it. Delightful.
Agent Nightingale stared at the passed-out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest.
Yeah, do be
the dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
It would, wouldn't it?
When he stopped the car at the Andersen farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
It's very vivid imagery. Just listening to Alan Wake just read these manuscripts, it just provides a lot of nice imagery. Nice imagery. So, alright. Well, now that that's destroyed, let us get to... Oh, shit. I did not mean to do that. I am so sorry. I'm just big dumb. Big dumb sometimes. It's alright. What else is new?
See, bestseller, no reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time.
Okay. Crazy. Alright. Let's do that.
Hey, I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
Ooh, I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. And if I don't get my way, I'll sulk all day long. I'm always intense and moody. It makes me very attractive and mysterious. Right now, I'm just standing here because I need my best friend Barry to carry me. But that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
It was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No?
Wow.
Thought so.
You look at that thing, Al. They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they?
They sure did.
Look at all this stuff. They must have done okay for themselves. So how come I never heard of these guys?
Sleep. We all spend
Yay!
Night springs. Man.
Shut up, Barry.
Hey, remember when I got you that gig? Your first real writing job. What got you started? Oh, is this one of your episodes?
Shut up.
In Night Springs.
Shut up. I want to watch.
Tonight's episode. The Dream of Dreams.
That's by someone else.
Shut up.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the endless dreamscape, only to be brought to a sudden stop by a decidedly mundane situation. A long line of people.
Hey, Jones, right? Listen, we're gonna have to wait until His Highness over there is getting ready.
Oh, wow. Who's that?
You don't know him? What are you, new? He's the guy dreaming us. Well, not just us. He dreams everything. All of this.
Wait, no. I'm the one who's dreaming. I'm asleep. Isn't this my dream?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Get real, pal. You're just another dream. I'm a dream. You're a dream. The weirdo in the diving suit is a dream. And the girl made of smiles and sunshine is definitely a dream.
But I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming this.
Well, maybe you're a really confused dream. What am I, a shrink? All I know is I'm going with the smart guys, and they say that's the guy doing the dreaming. Right there.
I don't know what that means.
It means we keep him happy. No sudden falls. We make sure he has his clothes on when he goes out in public. No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy, but his legs don't seem to get him anywhere. None of that. Because if he wait till he wants to move on. Keep things nice and calm.
Hey,
That's gonna go off.
something's happening here.
Yeah? What's that?
What? Can't you hear that?
Oh, God help us. It's an alarm clock. Oh, it's you, isn't it? Please, man, I got a wife and kids. Please don't wait.
Is that it? What? Well, that was unfortunately not as long as I hope it would. Ah! My coffee! Yes, thank you. I love me my coffee. Don't tell me otherwise. There's light over here. Hello. I'm gonna take a gander. We're gonna remove the Viking boat. We're gonna use the Viking boat for something fun. If I had to guess. Let's have a look. See here. Oh, I see manuscript. Give me that. 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 Doink. I think that's another one over there.
The Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
Alright, no. It's just the mood lighting. Yeah, I did a thing. Whoopity doopity. Alright, I hear darkness, so is the... Yep. I was gonna say... Yep, they're all in here. Alright, hold up. Alright, are we done? I hope so. Kinda hope so. Alright, well, hold on. There seems to be a dark presence trying to get his way to me. There we go. Ah, okay. Easy. Hey! Hey, I did not ask for the... Okay. Did I ask for that? Oh, I have a... Give me that. Hold on. Alright, hold on. Let's get on. Alright, give me this. So I'm ready. Alright, give me the cue. Oh, I ran into that. That makes sense. That would make sense. Okay, I dodged. Excuse me. I was gonna say, I dodged those axes. You tell me you got hit. Oh, come on. I'm done with this. Get out of here. Nonsense. Nonsense car. Alright, wasn't there... Where do I specifically need to go? Oh. You're over there. How the fuck did you get over there, dude? How the hell? How'd you get over there? Alright, clearly I gotta find a way over there. Again, I don't know how the hell Barry got himself over there. Yeah, let's have a look-see. Maybe there's a way around here. Oh, I'm just dumb. I didn't really thoroughly look over here. Ugh. Lordy.
Wow! Those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, you'll find us a way out of here, okay? I'm gonna take a closer look at this stuff.
Okay. I'll just do my thing, I guess.
Careful, Al!
I'll just do my thing and just live life to the fullest. As they all say. I'm gonna go up here. Hi.
You okay, Al?
Yes, I'm fine.
Keep your eyes open, okay?
I'm perfectly fine. Nothing is going to happen to me because I'm amazing. Whether you want to admit that or not. Anyway, back to us investigating. What do we have here? Go.
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you now? Deerfest is almost here, isn't it? I bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been real busy with other stuff, which concerns an ongoing investigation. We can't talk about that, Thornton. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just saying we got, you know, other irons to fry.
And how would you compare your workload to last year's? Things have seemed relatively peaceful to me, but people do tend to get a little wild this time of year.
Oh, it's wild, Pat. It's pretty wild. There's been all sorts of trouble this year. Vandalism, fighting, public disturbances. A lot of people gone missing, too. Yeah, it's pretty much the usual stuff, Pat. Just, you know, a lot more of it.
Now, is it just me, or does Deerfest get wilder every year? People seem to be more drunk, at least, or they start earlier and younger.
Oh, it's definitely not just you, Pat, but... Definitely, Pat. Hey, I'm talking here, Thornton. Oh, shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Not just me.
Oh, yeah, it's wilder, Pat, but actually most of the trouble seems to be coming from grown men. People who ought to know better, you know? Kids are doing fine this year.
Well, that's nice to hear at least. Boys, I want to thank you for stopping by. I'll let you get back to your patrol.
Sure thing, Pat.
Yeah, sure thing, Pat.
Hmm. Okay. Duly noted. Gonna take this. Start this. Yeah. Yeah. We go.
I
And
could
where?
see the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side of the field. It wasn't far now. I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks. They had the goods.
Okay. Cool beans. I'm gonna just take all this shit. Yes.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, hell! Oh, that's delightful. Oh, this is nice. Hey. There we go. Wow, good fun facts, buddy. Like I gave a shit. Just saying. I need to open this door. How the fuck do I open it? I guess I have to deal with you. Okay, did I ask you to barge into me? Alright. Let me go back. It says I have to open the silo door. So let me just go back this way. So sorry for all that nonsense. Excuse me. Perfect. Alright. How? Maybe from where he was in here, I can do something. Probably. Ah, I see. Let me just kick this down. I believe I can. Ah, silo keys. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, and then I believe the key's over here.
Al? Is that you out there, buddy?
Yeah, it's me.
Hey, let's go, man.
Cool. I'm amazing.
I think we're gonna have to work together to open this gate, Al. Looks pretty heavy.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I think that's the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there.
Yeah, oh my god.
Place for crazy people.
Yeah, it
We
just
should
didn't...
feel right at home then.
So crazy. Alright, excuse me. Come on. Hurry your ass.
Come on, one more gate. Let's do this.
There we go. Perfect. Excuse me. Alright.
The lights are out. I guess we better check the fuse box.
Okay. Wait, what was the... Oh, examine.
The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
Yes. A lot of Viking shit. These boys were not messing about. I'll take my coffee, thank you. Coffee is what gets me going. It's all the caffeine. I'm just saying. Oh my god. Two coffee thermos.
You know, this place looks kind of lived in. I thought the Andersens were in the booby hatch.
Shit. 2 coffee thermos. This is making my day today. Didn't realize there was manuscript paper on the ground. Okay. Ah. Perfect.
Can you hear that, Al? Music?
Of course. We need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talked about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be... What's her face? The crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Okay.
We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry, this is... Yeah, what the hell?
Okay. We're gonna have some fun with alcohol. I guess.
Seriously, because I know we don't get along, but we're gonna find her, right? Even though you're a crazy bastard, I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al. Sure, like a brother.
I'm a writer, goddammit.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
Charming. Charming. Always. Oh.
Alice, I'm coming. It's all right.
Wow, first person.
It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off. I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness.
You want me to go down?
Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crash car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. Beyond this lost memory, there was nothing. I had to follow the footsteps of my past self to find out what had happened that night. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Alice!
Oh!
An easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
Yes.
Oh?
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind
Alice!
you. She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her. Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her.
Oh.
Yes. All right. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back. No. I wrote it. I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobwebs she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish. To interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. It will know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my armor a long time ago. She looks so old.
I'd woken up, confused and groggy, my mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious, and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night.
Huh.
I wrote it. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Oh. Delightful. Okay. Wow. So that's how that all happens. Interesting. Holy shit, I missed 3 pages. Motherfucker. Alright, let's read the rest of these.
It's 1976. Madness reigns at the Andersen farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersens feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates cutting his eye out. Tor runs across the field, naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to catch lightning. Their songs have power. Something ancient is stirring in the depths, coming back.
Yeah.
Again, Alice's screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy drunken dream. This was the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
Interesting. Very interesting. So the woman all dressed in black, I'm assuming that's Barbara. That is who Barbara is. She's just this dark presence that is haunting Bright Falls. She's haunting everything, and then seeing me coming here and everything, she takes possession of me and Alice, kidnaps Alice, forces me to write. But then, me being smart, I write my escape, and I write how I'm going to get out of this. And then Zane, I'm assuming is like the all-being of light, in this case, comes to save me, and that's how I end up in this car accident. So, things are starting to fit together, which is very, very nice. But I still have more questions about everything. There's still more questions that need to be answered. And hopefully, that will be within episode 5 and all of that such. So, let's go ahead, and with the time that we have remaining in this episode, let's get started with episode 5.
Previously on Alan Wake. Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true.
Yes.
Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Alright, episode 5, The Clicker. Let's see what's going on.
Well, we're expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have asked me, what's the big deal about Deer Fest? And I think that this sums it up. It's about friendship and community. We've got a great party coming up, but let's try to hold it in until tomorrow and get through the night in one piece, all right?
We're in prison now.
I have it. Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
All the manuscript pages were gone. The FBI agent had taken them.
Well, damn it.
I think my tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, wait, we're in jail now? Al. Al, this is not good.
Yeah, no shit.
That about sums it up.
Oh, I am never drinking again.
I need to talk to Weaver. She's the one in the song. The Lady of the Light.
What, the crazy lady? Ugh, whatever you say, Al, but we're stuck here. They're not gonna...
interviewed Wake.
I had some reading to do first, Sheriff, and let me tell you, it was an interesting read. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent. There's no way you're walking out of here. You hear me in there, Bret Easton Ellis? Huh?
Agent Nightingale, I want to talk to your superior.
Well, we all want things, Sheriff. I wanted my... Look, that's not possible right now.
Agent Nightingale, I insist. Wake, what's wrong?
Lady, are you stupid? It's a trick. It's an obvious trick.
Okay, I've had enough of this crap. Wake, I'm gonna trust you with this.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Agent Nightingale, your opinion would matter more if you were sober and if I actually believed you were here on official business.
Whoa! Get back in the cell, Stephen King. The only way you're leaving this place is over my dead...
Wait a minute. I know this.
Oh my God!
Light. We need light. It's the only way to fight this thing.
In my office. I've got your things there. Follow me.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Oh man, we're sitting ducks with the lights out.
Stay cool. I can get the emergency power on.
Fuck yeah. Thank you, Sheriff. Finally, some fucking common sense around here. Jesus. There we go. Alright, let's go.
Here are your things. Wake, what do I need to know? What do you need from me?
They can be hurt in the light, only in the light. And I need to find Cynthia Weaver. She can help me stop this.
Light. Check. Cynthia. She lives in the old decommissioned power plant. I can get you there pretty quickly in the rescue chopper. Come on. Let's get back to your friend.
Rescue chopper? Now that sounds like my kind of time.
Wheeler, I need you to stay here.
What? No.
We're going to fetch our ride, but I have...
Get the fuck out of my way. There's coffee! I need my coffee! Get out of my way!
Well, okay.
Here's a list of people and phone numbers. I need you to call them and tell them you have a message from me. Night Springs, okay? They'll know what to do.
Night Springs? Like the TV show? Gotcha. Oh, hey, that radio guy is on the list. Maine. Who's Frank Breaker? He related to you?
My dad.
Hey, is this like a secret society?
Not the time!
You'll be safe here. The backup power's on. These guys need to be alerted, just in case we don't come back.
You'll come back for me though, right?
As soon as we get the chopper ready. Thanks, Wheeler. I owe you one. Okay, let's go, Wake. Through the back.
Cool.
Hangover wants a pizza. You think there's any way I could order one out?
I don't care, Barry. Just deal with it. I kind of want a pizza now, too. God, he's making me hungry. Perfect.
Oh, hell. Whatever took Nightingale must have broken the gate controls. We can't reach the gate's control box from here. We need to get to the other side over the rooftop.
I'll go. I'll open the gate for you once I'm across. You stay here in the light and cover me, Sheriff, okay?
Alright. Doink. Alright, just making sure that there's... Oh, there's something there. I think I'm okay. I think it's batteries, and I honestly think I'm okay. With how many I have. Go. Icy flares. Nice. Alright, climbing up the ladder. Here we go. So do I... I hate you, birds. Not the time, nor the place. Oh, jeez. Oh, God! Why did I just do that? Oh, now I have to fight the birds again. I have to fight the stupid birds again. way! Alright. There we go.
Hey, Sheriff! Your password. Night Springs? What's that all about?
It's a stupid joke we have. That Bright Falls is the original inspiration for the TV show. This town can get weird at times. Never this weird, though. Bypass the damage control box.
What am I, an electrician? Hold on!
Ow, damn! That's smart.
Good job, Wade. Okay, stick close. Our first stop is the town hall. The keys to the chopper are there.
Got it. We'll stay close. Excuse me! Stop it with the axes! Thank you. Crazy buffoons. Are you coming this way or what?
Look out!
How delightful. Alright, let's keep it going, keep it going. Keep it going. Alright, here's the diner. Goodbye. Do you go to the diner? Give me that. Give me that shit. Give me... No, don't. You idiot.
I'm gonna want explanations, you know. For example, what the hell happened to Rose? She's seriously messed up now.
The same thing I think happened to me after I arrived.
During this week, you can't remember?
Oh, I remember now.
Yeah. Hope that's alright. That I now remember. Perfect. Oh, my...
And I thought New Yorkers were rude.
Oh, this is... See, I knew those porta potties would be fishy and would let them out and shit. God damn. Alright, let's keep going. Nice.
Wait, over here! There's light! I have a key. Watch my back, Wade.
It's an ambush.
Alright, come on. Delightful. Chainsaw. Can we not? I said, can we not? Yeah, they did not listen. They just didn't. They just did not listen whatsoever. They just didn't. They just didn't listen whatsoever. We'll continue this in the next episode, and we're going to see what we're going to be doing and getting to the bottom of all of this and all that such next time. So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching this episode of Alan Wake Remastered. Please feel free to leave a like if you liked what you saw. Feel free to ring those bells. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Things are getting interesting. That FBI agent, don't have to worry about him no more. He's dead. He's gone. But now we have an ally. Sarah. Love this sheriff. Love her. It's going to be some interesting times now. So, with that being said, as for right now, this has been RaisinBran. Thank you so much once again for watching this episode of Alan Wake Remastered. I shall see you in the next video.